What's going on, everybody? My name is Nev, and welcome back to another Pug Adventure video. And today we are on our Holy Paladin. But before we get into the actual video, um, a subscriber of mine had a question about how do we AoE heal on a Holy Paladin? Because Holy Paladins do not have great AoE. So I thought I would go over a couple of the synergies between how Necro Lord interacts with the Force set, and also how the legendary that I'm using impacts it as well. So let's get up some holy power, and then I'll show you the basics, and then we'll kind of talk about how some of this interacts with each other. So basically, we're gonna holy shock the target and get some holy power, and now you want to light a dawn. Now, if you don't have a lot of melee in your group, which you probably won't, then you're not gonna hit those range players. Um, but you're gonna light a dawn. You're gonna light a dawn as much as possible. But let's say that someone gets hit. Okay, now I'm gonna take those. I'm gonna take that holy power, and then I'm gonna use it on Word of Glory. And pretty much we just keep doing this. It's light of dawn, Word of Glory, light of dawn, Word of Glory. Now we have our other abilities such as Blessing of Sacrifice, Lay on Hands, and stuff like that to cover the more dangerous abilities. But I run. Let me show you the talents that I run here. I do run Beacon of Faith. So what Beacon of Faith allows is you can put an additional beacon on one of your allies. So what I typically do is I will put a beacon on the tank, and then I will put a beacon on the person who doesn't have a lot of great survivability, such as like a hunter or something like that, or maybe a clothy. And then all I'm doing is casting my damaging abilities, spin it on Light of Dawn, and then we kind of keep doing that. It's kind of a spammy spec, but let's go over how this kind of interacts with each other. So the Necro Lord ability is Vanquisher's Hammer. So you throw a hammer at your target, dealing damage and empowering your next Word of Glory to automatically trigger Light of Dawn with 25% increased effectiveness. Okay? So that means that your next Word of Glory, your Word of Glory is going to trigger a Light of Dawn. Now, the reason this is pretty cool is because if you look at the 4-set or the 2-piece, casting Word of Glory causes your next Light of Dawn to heal for 50% more and cast twice. Cannot occur more than once per 30 seconds. And then the 4-set is each target hit by Light of Dawn has a 50% chance to reduce the remaining cooldown of Avenging Wrath by 2 seconds. So this kind of plays well with each other because you Vanquisher's Hammer, and then you can Light of Dawn, or if you're single target healing, it's Word of Glory, and you can see Light of Dawn just went off, and then you're hitting Light of Dawn again, and you just kind of keep going through that rotation. Now, I use Maraud's Dying Breath as my legendary. I'm gonna switch this out to the Dawn of the Sun later on, but I don't have a chess piece, so right now I'm just using this legendary. But Light of Dawn increases your next Light of the Martyr by 10% for each ally healed and allows that Light of the Martyr to heal through Beacon of Light. and then Light of Martyr damages you over 5 seconds instead of instantly. So that's what you're seeing my little tracker there. So when we light it on here, so you can see lights up, and then you can get this to 5 stacks if you use this conduit. Light of the Martyr's damage and healing is increased by 9% each time it is cast. This effect can stack up to 5 times and last for 15 seconds. What that means is if you have a 5 stack of Light of the Martyr, and like if someone's taking really heavy damage, you can cast Light of the Martyr on them, and it's almost like a lay on hands. It is super good, super powerful. And the only thing that you're going to want to do is try and spin your stacks so they don't fall off, and try and build them up. But you're going to build them up pretty passively just by doing a normal rotation. When I get the other legendary that I will be using is Shadowbreaker, Dawn of the Sun. So Light of Dawn's range is increased to 40 yards. All allies within your Light of Dawn benefit from Mastery Lightbringer as though they were within 10 yards. And Order of Glory gets a bump. So that all kind of it synergizes together, right? Because when you do one thing, it pretty much empowers another thing. So we can do Word of Glory, and now Light of Dawn just went off, and see, you can see my stacks went up. And the reason they ain't really going up right now is because I'm only hitting myself, and remember, you need to hit other people with it. But Word of Glory, I mean, and you just kind of keep doing this. Now, what's cool also is that when you're doing this normal rotation, just this basic rotation here, you are getting cooldown on Avenging Wrath, right? Because that's your 4-piece. So it's a 50% chance, but you know, I'll take that 50% chance. So the whole thing is like, it's like, let's try to get wings up. And then if you run this talent right here, Awakening, Word of Glory and Light of Dawn have a 50% chance to grant you wings for 10 seconds. You're getting wings all the time. And the only thing you have to do is just do a basic rotation. I think I just got wings right there. See, I just got it. So you can see, I mean, it's pretty basic. It took me a little bit to kind of figure out some of the play style. Now, I do want to say that I am not a great Holy Paladin. All right, I'm far from it. But this is my understanding of it. So if any of you play Holy Paladin and you play it at a, kind of a max level, and you're really good, let me know if I missed anything. But that's kind of the way that I understood it. We did just get done running a key. We got done running a 15 Gambit. So let's go over the talents and everything, and I'll show you what I'm running, and then we'll jump into the key portion. Talents: Light's Hammer, Judgment, Blinding Light, and then I use Unbreakable Spirit, Divine Purpose, Awakening, or Beacon of Faith. Now, if you needed an extra cooldown, or if you wasn't 100% confident in your ability to heal, you could take Holy Avenger right here instead of Divine Purpose, if you needed that cooldown, like for a specific moment. Um, I am using Emily now. I know Plague Divisor probably does more DPS, but I went with Emily. Um, I'm using the shielding words conduit, so casting Word of Glory grants you a shield. So you can see how all of this synergizes. It's super cool. And then Golden Path, and then this is the one that helps Light of the Martyr. And the only reason I am running this is because I'm running that Light of the Martyr legendary. Later on, I probably won't, just because I think Light of the Martyr can hurt you pretty bad. So you do take damage from it whenever you use Light of the Martyr. But the nice thing is with the legendary is you take it over a period of time. It turns into a dot rather than all that damage up front. So you have plenty of time. I think that's about it. Let's go over the legendaries. Maraud's Dying Breath, like I said, and I know I need a 291 version of it. Pretty good legendary. I like the other one a lot more, but like I said, I need the chest piece. And then of course I'm using Unity, and Unity for Necrolord. You get an additional hammer. An additional cast of Word of Glory will automatically trigger Light of Dawn. So you can see like Light of Dawn buffs Word of Glory buffs Light of Dawn, and all of this stuff just really works together nicely. But yeah, I don't really have that great of gear. I'm wearing this crappy trinket. It really doesn't do much. Grants me a little bit of haste, but I'm using it really just for the stat stick because I don't have any good intellect trinkets. And then I got an unbound right here, but it's 242, and I think it was from last season. I did get this recently, the 262 weapon, so that kind of helps. And then I got my 4 set, and then I think I got this quick Oxine necklace from the auction house. So I got 19% crit, 28 haste. Mastery is a tad bit high, and my versatility is kind of low. I would like my versatility to get a little bit higher than that, but that's the gear I'm running. 261 item level, and hope you guys enjoyed the key. If you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, leave them down below, and I'll make sure I get back to you guys. And until next time, you guys take care, be safe, and peace. All right, welcome to the key. Like I said, this was a 15 gambit. I was just being nice to people, saying hi to everyone, and nothing really to see until we get the tank. I'm try to skip ahead here. All right, we did get a tank. We got a brewmaster, which was pretty nice because that means that we got a ring apiece, and a ring apiece is pretty big this week. There you go. I was going through my gear, get my flask and all that stuff set up. Someone asked for summons. We was waiting for a tank for maybe 10 minutes. Like, I don't mind summoning people. I really don't. But when you're waiting on someone to show up for 10 minutes and you still don't fly over, like, that's kind of lazy. It's lazy and it's rude. Like, if you have the flight point, fly over, because that means that when we get the tank, we can just all summon him real fast, or her, and we can get the key going. But instead, everyone waited until the very last minute, and of course, we wasted time. And you can see I was being a little toxic, but that type of stuff just kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. But I'll fast forward to the video. All right, so here I asked, are we getting woe and going straight to the bosses? Nobody said anything to me, which told me that either A, they don't know how to run this on Tyrannical, and after we ran the key, I 100% guarantee that they've never ran this on Tyrannical. 5, 4. And no one said anything. But you can see I put my 2 beacons. I put one on the hunter, and I put one on the tank there. I didn't know, I didn't know how geared the tank was or anything like that. I thought we was gonna get woe and do the skip on Tyrannical on Gambit. Typically, most groups, if you don't want to waste a bunch of time, is you get woe and you go straight to the boss. So right off the bat, I thought something was going on. The monk there said my camera is locked or something. I don't know. They was complaining about something, so we just said, "Hey, reload your user interface, and it should fix the issue." But looks like they're a-okay. Now, when we went left right here, I kind of knew something was up, but I didn't say anything. I wasn't mean. I just did my job. All I'm doing pretty much right here is I'm DPSing as much as possible, and I'm following that same rotation. I'm doing Word of Glory on single targets, Light of Dawn on everyone else. Also, you can see I sacked the tank right there. Tank took quite a bit of damage, so I just went ahead and sacked them. Also, no one is getting these fish sticks. You see me right there killing fish sticks. No one else is even doing it that I could see. Now, maybe the Shadow Priest has some dots on it. I would hope, but we just, I think we ran that big guy into some sanguine. The tank said sorry about something. I have no idea. I have to stand in sanguine a little bit to heal. Sanguine was kind of hard to see right there. You can kind of see it under that water right there, but unless you're really looking at it, it is pretty tough. Everyone else is fine. See, I'm just Word of Glory. I thought we was going to the right-hand side, and I thought we was going to get woe. I was like, man, maybe we're going to skip now. And I was completely wrong. But you can see I'm spending all my holy power on Light of Dawn. Trying to use Holy Shock as much as possible on enemies. Every once in a while, I will use a Holy Shock on a friendly, and that's just because I'm really not comfortable on the Holy Paladin, so that's pretty much the reason. And I don't have Fleshcraft keybind on this character. See, I said "huh" right there because I was like, what are we doing? Like, no one's really talking. No one's killing fish sticks. Kind of should have realized something was going on, but it is what it is. You're trying to get wings as much as possible too. So You also need to be putting concentration down on a group of enemies. Sometimes I do a good job of doing that. Sometimes I don't. No one is killing stick right there, so there's some healing that got off. Now this week is tyrannical, so trash don't really matter that much. But when you have sticks going on and sanguine, that's two chances right there that the mobs are going to heal. So I put my hammer down right there in the middle to do some extra damage. As Necrolord, you do not do as much damage as you would if you was Venethir. However, you can actually heal as Necrolord, where Venethir, you're really not healing outside of Ashen Hollow. And I like this playstyle a little bit more than I like the Glimmer playstyle of Kyrian. Because if you play Kyrian, you play the Glimmer a Light playstyle. Which there ain't nothing wrong with it. It's safe, but I prefer this. So we can see some stuff got pulled, or one of the mobs ran in. Not getting a lot of kicks either. As you can see, Stick is still not being killed. Eventually, I do say something about it because, yeah. So you can see a guy's in sanguine. Stick is got sanguine. Like, if we really killed Stick, so I sacked the tank again. He was getting low. We're finally killing Stick now. Sanguine's getting everywhere. I think here comes the totem again. Stick is over there. Shadow Priest is funneling some damage into Stick, which is good. Just Holy Shocking the target and using Vanquisher's Hammer. Alright, so we're kind of making our way up to the entrance there. The kicks ain't going off on Invigorating either. Or stuns or anything like that. But either way, the tank, we pulled so much more trash. And that's another reason you get woe at the very start. Is because if you get woe, you're not going to overpull in trash. You're going to pull the exact amount that you need. So I got wings doing some damn. Actually, hit 5K that time with wings. That ain't bad. See, so Word of Glory, the block there. Making sure I am keeping the tank nice and healthy. I hodged that so it wouldn't go in sanguine. I gotta stand in sanguine because it was on the in the water there, and I didn't see it. So now we have to turn around. So we've already overpulled on trash, and we had to turn around and go get more trash. There we go.
Power eludes your grasp, Aldalil. A tenet of your
Now at this point, I admit I was a little nervous because I didn't know if these guys were going to be able to do this or not. So the monk is going to do the control panel. The warlock is going to die. I don't know how. My camera was turned. They're not getting ads either, so these ads lived forever. Okay, he just stood in it, so he just bit dust by that light right there. Didn't even move. All right, I thought that's how he died, but I wasn't sure. So I got the weak ore that tells me where to go when someone uses the control panel there. It really helps. We did pop lust. I didn't notice if we popped. I didn't think we popped lust at first, but I guess we did pop lust. So I'm just doing damage. I got wings. I probably should have used wings to focus on more damage. But honestly, I thought, I was like, well, what if something kind of happens, right? Where you need wings. Also, I used concentrated ground right there on one mob. I should not be doing that. I used wings. Yeah, just now used wings. I got behind in healing.
Temple guards, come to my aid.
I'm focusing on the. Well, I was DPSing Dad, but now I think I just start focusing on the boss here.
The temple must be purified.
I don't know what I'm doing. I was waiting. So got on the horse. Nice thing is you can still get holy power just by hitting the guy, even though you're not really doing any damage. But if you needed resources, you could do that. So we beat that boss. I mean, no big issues except the warlock just stood there.
Suria's arrogance will be her downfall.
So I told the group on the last boss, make sure you get because we didn't get that time, and that last boss is pretty nasty on tyrannical. So the tank's doing a real good job with his defensives. Tank wasn't bad. There's a couple of times he got a little low, but he didn't play bad. It just would have been nice to know that he's never tanked, either never tanked this or never tanked this on tyrannical. Now you can also see me hard casting holy light right there. Don't do that. Yeah, just unless you have to, try not to ever do that. I think you want to if you have a proc. I think, but typically you do not. You really don't want to be hard casting anything. All right, so he grabs this pack right here. So if you didn't know, the guys to the right are gonna pull because they pat. So what you typically do is you go, when you come down here, you go in a diagonal, and you pull. See, you can see that officer right there. They just all padded. Um, so no one pulled or anything. That was just from the pad. Tank is getting a little low. I think I hammer and then Word of Glory to buff up my Word of Glory a little bit. We're also not getting a lot of kicks. Like, kicks are a serious issue. So I just told the tank right there. I said, "Hey, the pack, it does pat." So I'm getting a little behind on the heals. Um, One thing I will say about Holy Paladin 2 is it's a lot like Discipline Priest, where if you stay in front of the damage, um, it's not bad. But when you get behind, similar to like a Discipline Priest, um, it's a little tough to catch up. All right, I put concentration down. Down. That was good. Always want to do that in a big pack. I should have done it again. I don't think I do it. So that's. And we do a pretty good job with Sanguine right there. So, tank, bring a piece. That's good. The tank also tanked this boss really, really well. Tank done a great job on this boss. So this is what you want to do. You want to tank the dragon in the corner. And I know a lot of tanks that suck at this boss. I suck tanking this boss as well. But this is pretty much how you want to do this boss. And you want to move them up just a little bit. That way you can hit all the ads. The ads don't have a threat table, so they will just go to whoever they want. That's the mechanic, pretty much. But as you can see, so right here I get chains. A blessing of freedom myself because I thought that the chains would go away. Next time, I think I'm gonna bop myself, because I think bop will remove that chain. I'm not 100% sure. Speaking of bop, I don't think I used bop one time in here. I need to do a better job of that. Right there, the tank got blown back, but it's okay. I hit him with a Light of the Martyr. I think it was pretty buffed up when I hit him, so quite a bit of healing. I sacked him right there, and then about the time I sacked him, we already beat the boss. Here's where the key gets interesting.
Must you hound my every step? You cannot control this.
So this whole entire time, we've been doing pretty decent on the bosses.
Like your cartel. Your cartel has dissolved into dust. I choose to lead
So
mine
we're
to glory.
DPSing these guys down. We ain't kicking Invigorate, which is the heal that those guys do. Or reinvigorate, rather. I'm just waiting for the. So I was telling the tank this is why you get the low skip at the very beginning because uh. All right. So one of these guys, I think it's the Rift, one of the Rift guys. He's casting that unstable something, and it's like it is lighting us up. Um, so I burned through some cooldowns. Um, I should be hitting Aura Mastery, but I don't, and we kind of pay for it. I mean, this thing is just. Can we kick? Now, Asper kick and Tank said I only have one kick. That thing went off 5 times. Like, I get that you couldn't get maybe one or two, but DPS could have. Yeah, there he says only have one kick. Well, you do, but what about the rest of the DPS? So not totally on him. I'm not gonna blame him or her. But what I will say is that um, that stuff stayed in Sanguine way too fast. I mean, way too long, and we should have done a better job. And I could have popped cooldowns, but we're right. I'm not gonna pop Aura Mastery when we have the boss coming up. Um, not this boss anyway. All right, so the lock. I don't know what the lock was doing, or I don't know. I don't even know if the lock actually understood this dungeon. But we get this one over here. Now, you see that group to the right? See, the lock dies because we'd CC'd one of the guys a long time ago, and it, I guess, came done. Now, the tank decides to pull the boss without getting that group. Apparently, you can do that, but it is a risk because um, the boss could have easily um, pulled that pack, and we would have died for sure. Now, I want you to pay attention to my cooldowns here. And this is where I got really, really, really nervous. I said no because I thought that the other pack was going to get pulled. All right. So here comes the Assassins. If you do not know, on Tyrannical, actually, I think on everything, you need to kick that. That Shuriken Blitz, it needs to be kicked. Boom. So, I didn't see it. I didn't see it in time. I did pop a defensive. And I think I popped Aura Mastery way too late. So if we can go, let me go back a little bit. All right. So we miss it to the right, and we just get lit up. Like everyone's taking a lot of damage, and I was super nervous. Good thing we killed and did carry us there, but that was absolutely horrible. And then I had to blow a couple cooldowns that I didn't really want to spend because I wanted to save them for the next soak phase. And so right here, I was a little nervous. I'm like, please, please get this kick. Because if this goes off, then we are 100% dead.
This power
Um,
is vast.
you could probably let it go through on fortified. It's not a good idea, but on tyrannical, it just has to be kicked.
You are
So there we go. We're getting the soaks here,
oppose me and be
and I guess someone missed.
How dare you hinder me?
I have absolutely nothing.
The power of the first ones.
Like, I'm already behind because, and the tank decides to tank that thing over there, which I've never seen over there before. But I popped the defensive just to be cautious. Um,
I can feel them. The two
we have the soak.
at my command.
No one gets the soak either. Like I'm probably the slowest class besides the warlock and the healer, which means that I need to be DPSing the boss to actually heal.
Mine to control.
So I'm just kind of keeping myself up.
I have already forgotten you.
As you can see, the warlock bites dust. Now look, the shadow priest. I get the shadow priest is
Extinguished.
probably slow too, but I had to go all the way over there. The monk could have went all the way over there. Lay on hands myself, not taking any chances.
Oppose me and be extinguished.
What's the shadow priest doing?
How dare you hinder me?
I can't really heal because I'm not, I'm not close. Gotta get out again.
To control.
So we're doing okay. Do some damage. I'm trying to get a wings proc, I think.
At my command.
What I should have done right now is I should have aura mastered, but I didn't.
My cartel must not.
And luckily our DPS carried it. However, it was just a +1. And we could have easily +2 that if we would have got whoa. Yeah, and I told them that they screwed up on that kick.
Reside where they can do no more harm and be studied by cartel Al. Until our fortunes
Checked my conduits there and seeing what other people had. Pretty much said GG and I left. But as you can see, not the cleanest run, but not the messiest either. We did time it, so that's good. I got a ton of score for doing that too, so pretty happy about that. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, and have a good rest of the night, and I'll talk to you guys later.